Namaste, beautiful yogis. Thank you for joining me on this very special meditation for opening our pineal gland, also known as our third eye chakra. So where does this chakra sit? It sits here right in the center of the forehead, and there's a back portal as well, so the corresponding back area on the head. And it's like a funnel that comes in from both front and back and spirals to a vortex point right there in the pineal gland. If you were to actually slice down through the center of the skull, you'd see like an Egyptian eye. Think about those ancient Egyptian eyes, Eye of Horus, that kind of thing that we see. It's exactly what the pineal gland looks like. That's why we call it a third eye. It literally looks like an eye. It's shaped like a pine cone, and it's this powerful master gland that we have that can receive universal energy and can transmit energy as well. So when the chakras awaken, so from the base all the way through to the third eye, they crisscross around our Sushumna or spinal column through the Ida and Pingala nadis. So there's this interweaving effect. You'll see it in the caduceus, the medical symbol of that sword with the serpents crisscrossing around. So that's our Kundalini energy is rising up. You see this symbolism again and again and again in so many different medical, but also obviously spiritual traditions. So ancient medicine did certainly know what true health was, and it's through the awakening of the glandular system, the chakra system. So there's a final crisscrossing of the nadis, the energy centers, the serpents, at the third eye center. Now, what happens then is it creates a chalice-like effect through the crown for the universal energy to be siphoned in, and it kind of creates a molten explosion then in the third eye center, and it feels amazing. It feels incredible. It helps us then to have what we call a mind and heart coherence. So we are bringing unification between the mind and the heart. We're coming into a state of oneness, bliss, love for all beings. We understand there's no separation then between us and all other beings, all of life. And it goes not just to the beings on planet Earth, but the entire cosmos, the entire universe, or maybe you'll call it at that point, the multiverse. So we are from one source energy. Today, I really want to empower you to know that your third eye is powerful. What you transmit from your third eye creates your reality. So it works best in symbolism, vision. You can start to work on creating for yourself the life that you would love to lead. Remember though, if you are from the one source energy, the life you would like to lead is for the betterment of all. You come from a benevolent place. You're never wanting to take from someone to be better than. That's not what it's about, and that is a misuse of your power. It would be a misuse of your third eye chakra. Let's remember, we are from that divine source. As we fill from the crown, the chalice, we fill our own cup, we then get to impact on the lives of all our brothers and sisters. We are here to serve. Service to others is what assists you then into that highest ascension process. So we can talk about ascension. I could rattle on for many hours about ascension, but today let's have a look just specifically at the third eye chakra, at the pineal gland. It produces what we call DMT, and it's got a really long name called dimethyltryptamine. I hope I said that correctly. It's why we shorten it to DMT. Now, you may have heard of DMT because there are ways that you can psychoactively produce DMT through things like ayahuasca, psychedelics, mushrooms, plant medicines will activate DMT in the third eye chakra. Some people do definitely feel they want to go on that path of shamanism, to use these plants to help them to awaken. At that point, you would be able to talk with beings in another reality. You would see the interweaving, the interconnection between all beings. You would know that you are not separate. However, we can do it very naturally in yoga. We may not have as explosive of an experience immediately, but yoga really works with repetition, daily practice, or every other day you practice. Doesn't need to be what we're doing today, but just any kind of yoga practice, any kind of mindfulness will ultimately awaken the third eye chakra. So I've also got a handout for you if you want to look at foods that you can eat and other practices that you can do, like sun gazing, having the third eye open through the power of the sunlight coming in. So we don't always want to wear our sunglasses. We want to be able to allow the natural sunlight to filter into the third eye, because it definitely will help awaken your third eye chakra. Filtered water. Why? Because there's fluoride in our tap water. We definitely need to remove chemicals from our water supply if we want to maintain an open third eye chakra. Same too, don't have toothpaste that has fluoride in it. Make sure that where possible you are having organic fruit and vegetables, so that you're not having the pesticides, the insecticides. All of these things have been proven to shut down the functioning of the third eye chakra. So what we're going to start with is a pranayama technique known as Bhastrika. Bhastrika is the short, sharp breaths in and out of the nostrils, accompanied with the pumping of the belly. If you are pregnant, just do normal Maharaja Pranayama, do your normal yoga breath. But for everyone else, you can come into the Bhastrika, or breath of fire, also known as bellows breath. Why? Because the belly pumps like a bellows. So short, sharp breaths in and out of the nostrils. You mainly want to focus on your exhalation, because you'll naturally take an inhalation. So focus on your exhalation, get into the rhythm, and then at the end of that, we're going to hold the breath, kumbhaka, hold the breath, retain the breath. We're going to draw up the three main bandhas, and we're going to go look inwards and upwards into our third eye center. It will propel the energy up there into that pineal gland. You may get an anti-clockwise spiral as you exhale out of this. The reason is because of that crisscrossing of Ida and Pingala nadis, the energy, the serpent energy, crisscrossing up through the chakras, moves in an anti-clockwise direction. Don't be alarmed if that happens. In fact, welcome it. If you don't get it happen naturally, I'm going to get you to manually get that going, but I'll guide you through. So make sure that you've adjusted onto your sit bones. It's really important that your shoulders are stacked over your hips. You can have legs out in front with a bolster underneath. You can be crossed legs. You can have one heel in front of the other, as I am in Siddhasana. It really doesn't matter as long as the spine is straight. You cannot be sitting up against a chair or a wall if you want to experience the Kundalini moving. But you've got to be really comfortable, so do what's right for you. Doesn't matter where you place your hands. Can be in your lap, can be palms down, can be palms up. But just make sure your arms are relaxed. And let's just move into the full yoga breath. So inhaling, drawing the prana in through the nose, expanding into the lower belly, rising the breath up, expanding ribs, chest, into the collarbones. And then exhale and let that breath go. So the breath drains out of the chest, out of the ribs, out of the belly. And then continue to breathe, inhaling, moving into a deep, full, flowing and even breath. So as you exhale, you want that exhalation to match the rhythm of the inhalation, so the evenness of breath is fundamental to bypassing the chattering mind. This in itself would automatically awaken the Kundalini, particularly if you take your gaze inward and upward into the third eye center. Going to propel that energy upwards. So meditation, just still mind meditation like we're doing now, is absolutely vital for the awakening of all chakras, the illumination of the crown portal, to receive the divine bliss. We encourage you to be doing some kind of still mind meditation. It doesn't have to be formal. It can be laying down just upon awakening before you go to sleep at night. But where there's no other distractions, meaning you don't even require music. Music would take part of your awareness outside of yourself. Nothing wrong with meditating with music, however. But at least 5 minutes a day, if you can, longer. Still mind meditation, just as we are now. Now you can continue on as we are if you're pregnant. Otherwise, now take the hands into the lower belly. Middle fingers touching across the belly, just below the navel center. Keep your shoulders and elbows relaxed. And we're going to move into our Bhastrika, short, sharp breaths in and out of the nostrils. And you'll feel the belly pump in and out below your hands. So just settle into it. If you lose the rhythm, you just simply start again. Don't worry too much about it. Just start again if you lose the rhythm. Here we go. Inhale and Bhastrika. Inhale. Hold the breath, release the hands. Draw up through Mula Bandha, seal from the perineum to the navel. Uddiyana Bandha, seal from the solar plexus to the heart. Jalandhara Bandha, seal from the throat to the neck. That's going to propel the energy upwards. Look inwards and upwards into the third eye chakra, still holding the breath unless you absolutely need to exhale. But if you can, keep holding the breath. Look inwards and upwards into the third eye chakra. Relax, still hold the breath if you can. The more you relax, the more you'll be able to just sit in this still space, holding the breath. Whenever you need to, exhale smoothly and evenly out of both nostrils. Move into your full yoga breath. Now, possibly what's happened for some of you is that you've started an anti-clockwise spiral. So just keep breathing now as you normally would, full, deep, even yoga breath. Now for me, I've done these practices for so many years, so I don't even need to do Bhastrika anymore. When I sit down for still mind meditation, I automatically go into this anti-clockwise spiral. It's just that mind-body connection, that memory, that immediate activation of Kundalini. So some of you may already find that that's happening for you. If not, do your Bhastrika, it should get it going. If it's not happening for you, then just start circling in an anti-clockwise direction. Just start it going yourself manually. It'll free up not only the spine, but obviously today's focus is getting the Kundalini to move up. Sometimes Kundalini looks more like jolts, like you jolt from one side to the other or front to back. That's important too, that you just go with that. If that's what's happening, it doesn't need to be a smooth circle, because sometimes the Kundalini, the prana, is just pulsing on a blockage in one of the chakras and just pulsing, 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 kind of like when you have a massage, a little bit of a release, 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 then the energy flows again. So just go with whatever's happening. Now you're still looking inwards and upwards into the third eye chakra, but you're not holding your breath this time, you're breathing. In and out, even, full breath. So what we're going to do now is you will have to open your eyes to look at the screen while watching this video, just to see the geometric patterns that are going to be flashed up. And what I'm going to invite you to do is to open your eyes, see the first geometric pattern, and then close your eyes, look inwards and upwards into the third eye center. Keep the spiral going of the torso and hold the pattern then in the third eye chakra. And then you'll get a prompt to look at the second geometric pattern, and then you'll again close your eyes, hold the vision of that pattern in your third eye chakra. So this is training you to hold the patterning of sacred geometry. There's sacred geometry all around us. It's in the cells of our body. It's in water. It's in every aspect of nature. You'll start to notice these geometric patterns everywhere in nature. It's who we are. The formless becomes form through sacred geometry. It's training your DNA to awaken once again. It's reported humans only have 2 strands of 12 strands of DNA awaken. Of course, more enlightened beings have more strands of DNA awakened, but so we're talking in generalized sense. I'm not saying that's you, but you can understand that we've got a lot of spiritual work to do to keep awakening the DNA strands, to evolve into our highest potential, to merge with our spiritual true self. So again, just let me repeat the instructions. You'll hear a prompt, you'll hear a bell, you open your eyes, you look at the sacred geometric pattern on the screen, then you close your eyes, you hold the vision of that geometric pattern in your third eye. Then you'll hear the bell, you open your eyes, look at the second geometric pattern, close your eyes, hold the vision of that geometric pattern in your third eye. You still keep the Kundalini spiral going, you still look inwards and upwards into the third eye center, and so on. And then I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back once we've done that technique. Well done. Now, continuing on with the spiral of Kundalini, looking inwards and upwards into the third eye center. We're going to hold an image now of the person that we love the most, or it could be your pet. It really doesn't matter, but it's someone that you love. Could be yourself. In fact, that would be beautiful if it was yourself, but either which way, whatever spontaneously comes to you first, could be just nature herself. But hold that image in your third eye center. Hold that image. So look inwards and upwards and see how long you can hold the image for. Training the third eye to stay open. So if you've lost the image, bring it back and then just start noticing the details in the image of the person that you love, or the being that you love. See the details. Probably bring a smile to your face. That's nice. Keep bringing the image back when you lose it. Now we're going to use the third eye chakra to create a running movie. Who knew we're all the producer and directors of movies? So it's kind of fun, isn't it? Because what we create in our third eye, we can project, remember, out into the world. We can literally manifest. We are co-creators with the universe. So sometimes people have forgotten their own powers. So now create a running movie, a vision of how you would like your life to be, an ultimate experience you would like to have. Now remember, you can do this all day, every day, any day. You can keep coming back to this vision, create new visions. Remember, it's always for the benefit of all beings. But you're allowed to serve your own soul needs, your own heart wishes, because that is for the benefit of all beings, to shine your light. So let me leave you now just to go into the running movie, see the images in the third eye center, something you would most love to experience. Beautiful. So just to close off this meditation, I want you to say, not just in your mind's eye or in your mind, I want you to say it out loud. As I develop my awareness of my third eye, I become psychic. As I develop my awareness of my third eye, I become psychic. So say that out loud now 3 times. And now, as I become let me repeat. As I become aware of my third eye, I project love for all beings. As I become aware of my third eye, I project love for all beings. Say that out loud 3 times. Beautiful, everyone, and gently come back, opening the eyes. You can stop the Kundalini swirl now. So I do encourage you to do the Starseed Meditation as well. That's on our My Health Yoga TV. That will really open this third eye center even more, the portal to go into the astral realm. So that's kind of next level again when it comes to how to utilize the third eye center, how to astral project, how to explore the cosmos through the third eye. Now, some people do this naturally, remember? So you might sort of go, well, I've always done that as a child and that ability has never left me. That's fantastic. You can also remind yourself that it's important to daydream. We're often taught as children not to daydream, but actually we need to bring daydreaming back. It's just a magnificent use of your third eye chakra, your pineal gland. Fantasies, daydreaming, all of these things are actually really, really important, and it manifests your reality. So yes, you do need to be vigilant of what you're daydreaming about and check yourself. When it comes to fantasies, and I mean, people normally think sexual fantasies, there's nothing wrong with that. But remember, you don't necessarily need to focus on a specific someone. If it is a sexual fantasy, you can focus on either the sacred masculine or the divine feminine. That energy is actually what you are wanting to merge with. It's not necessarily that you have to have someone specific in your mind, unless it's your partner and it's a contract between you, that's absolutely fine. But if you're casting your light out to someone else, they don't even necessarily they're not aware that that's what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with it, but try to turn it into the sacred masculine or the sacred or the divine feminine. It's probably a nicer way to go, because what you're wanting is that unification, that sexual, sensual feeling within yourself. And that's the sacral chakra. That's absolutely beautiful. So there's ways that you can keep the energy conducting through the third eye. Remember, when you dream at night, that is your third eye chakra. That is you in the astral planes. That is you going out soulfully through that portal of the third eye chakra. So it's happening for you anyway. It's just that most people will say, oh, that was a dream, it's not real. But it actually is real. It's still an aspect of your consciousness. So we're learning to merge that realm with this physical realm. We understand from a quantum science perspective that this physical realm actually is just one small aspect of who we are. We've been told that this is our total truth. And the reason why is because our third eye has been shut down through the water we drink, through the food that we eat. If you're having the foods that aren't organic, I understand if you can't or choose not to buy organic, you can at least get products that can take the insecticides, pesticides out of your food. You can do washes and all these sorts of things. So it's really, really important that you pay attention to that sacred chakra, that you keep doing these kind of techniques. They could be simple techniques. Do them daily. Eat the right foods, like pistachios. They're shaped like a pine cone. They actually will open up your third eye, believe it or not. So there's so many little things that you can do. You can use amethyst crystal. The color of the third eye chakra is indigo. So anything indigo is going to really help you. Wearing it, crystals, eating foods of that color too. Different ways, reach out if you've got some other different ways. Put it in the comments so other people can read it and share amongst each other. Different ways that we can keep the third eye chakra open and have fun, play with it. Remember who you are. Remember as a child, your imaginary friends, you saw them through your third eye. It was real, even if adults around you told you that it was not real. Bring back the mystery, bring back the imagination, bring back the creativity, co-create with the universe, have the wonderment for all of life. We don't always need to buy into the systems that are currently governing our planet. We can accept them, but that doesn't mean we have to perpetuate them. We can recreate what is going to be for the highest good of all beings, and you have the power, not me. You have the power in your world. I have the power in my world. Together we have the power. So let's rise together. This beautiful Homo sapiens activated third eye. Namaste.